See, I like the way you're thinking.
Honestly,
entertainment, right?
yeah.
I'll get on all of them. Aaron, can you double check that we're live on your YouTube link on the site?
We're live on Insta.
I like your pants.
Yeah, they're nice.
Ooh, very cute. I literally just got a package from them today.
Really? Did it take like 3 months? How long did it take to get
No, it
here?
took me like 5 days.
So
They must have gotten so much better.
5 items, and usually my cart is like full, and I'm like, I'm gonna make this worth it. I'm gonna find like sets, get 2 for 1. But I always get their pants, and I just get taken in.
Smart.
Yeah.
I feel like I get 10 things for like $40, and you're like, you can't beat that.
And then you're not mad if it gets ruined or like.
100%. Yeah.
For vacation, I always just order so much stuff from them because then I'm like, I could literally need it if I wanted to. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going. Well, where is he at? I was like, where he's like,
Cool. It's like we're at an award show.
yeah. What are you ordering on Amazon?
That's all this. I don't need storage. I'm in the
Is
studio
it
now.
get a heating towel rack?
Heating tower rack?
Yeah, it's kind of like a good bougie move.
Right.
I like that.
Especially if you have a girl over and you're like, do you need a towel? And it's like,
It's all warm and shit.
brown.
She's gonna be like, did you use this?
She's like,
Wrong
what?
with you?
You're like, no, it's from my towel container. And she'll be like, you
She's
have
like,
a
oh.
You
She'll
should
either-
have it together.
She'll either think you have it together or you have been with a
Too
lot of
much.
girls.
Or you work with a lot of girls. You can always fall back on that.
Yes.
Very, very true.
My biggest thing is getting shower spray. So I have a membership at Berg Williams, and the absolute highlight of my month is being able to use the shower spray in the bathroom there. So I just bought a huge bottle of it.
Wow.
Every time I shower, it's lavender and eucalyptus. It is
Oh.
a game changer.
That is
Like, I think I need this.
Yeah.
Sounds
Oh, it's
so
gonna
nice.
elevate your life.
I just got, because I feel like whenever it's getting dry, and like when I get stressed, I get like eczema.
Oh, yeah.
Like dry, like itchy areas. And so I got from Aveeno, they have like an oil spray, and it's supposed to be like soothing, but it literally smells like eucalyptus and lavender
Oh, I
too.
love that.
I'm like, this is the best thing ever. Like all week, I'm just like
I love how you can
spraying
see
it,
Sax
and
in
I'll,
the
like,
background.
do, like, a little spray
I know,
there.
this sounds
This is so sad. It like
It
makes our
does.
day.
Yeah, like look forward to it.
I went to this, I was gonna say this spa called Delilah. Everyone knows what Delilah is.
Delilah.
I've been there since like 2016 though, and I went for a birthday dinner, and there was this dude that walked by, and I had never smelled anything that had smelled better than that. And I literally made my friend get out of the booth and like move, 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 and I like chased this guy to the bathroom, and I'm like, why do you smell like that? Like, what is that? It's intoxicating.
Damn.
And
What was it?
It was like Noir 29, Le Labo. Like,
Le
all,
Labo,
all of
I
their
love
scents are
Le
good.
Labo.
I haven't.
I like how I say Le Labo, just like so American.
Oh, there's-
It's like the most white trash version.
Alright.
But the best smell literally ever.
We're live already
And
too.
I love it.
Right. What's
Yeah.
up?
Hello.
Yeah, she will. She will.
Good.
Welcome to
Just
the
talking
new
to
office.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Oh, this is beautiful.
You like it?
And I like the even treadmill of your
It's a
computer.
happy treadmill.
It's a dream.
Sitting's like the new smoking.
Oh.
Oh
I'll
god.
just sit. I was like, oh yeah, totally.
I like to smoke.
Get rid of these
I
chairs.
literally work in bed.
Yeah.
Like the laziest person.
Cool. So you're used to podcasts.
Yes.
Awesome.
So I put my
So,
Or
little
you
pilot
just start
head.
the last
This page started.
yeah, and then you can bring your boom up there a little bit. Do we get any more slack on these lines, or is that good?
I can bring it a little closer.
All right. Cool. How's the audio? Is that okay for you?
I feel good. Oh gosh.
Thomas, do we want to put her mic on her other side so
Yes,
that
no
it doesn't
problem.
block the camera angle?
It's my ugly side, so it might be good to block it.
Read receipts? Read receipts?
He said, I don't have a bad side.
Yeah, that was
He doesn't
that
have
was
that
too
side.
good.
I probably do have a bad side.
No, yours is totally
a
fine.
surfboard hit my nose. I used to have a much more straighter nose, and a surfboard hit it when I was attempting to surf because I really don't know how to surf.
Yeah,
And
it's fun though.
I was in Venice in the whitewash and banged my nose and broke it.
When did this happen?
I was like in residency in 2012.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
You ever gonna get it fixed?
I don't think so.
You're like, if I can't do
I
it,
mean, you
then
tell me. I mean, is it my bad side?
you're like, do I look ugly?
Oh.
No, it looks good to me. I never would have noticed it.
Pack sales, you know, it's just, people say, oh, he has a broken nose, you can't do it.
Is it
You
better?
won't be able to do it to me.
Yeah.
Push the red button.
All right, so before we get started, is there anything that you don't want to talk about?
No.
Then he'll be cut out.
So,
As I say things, I'm like,
Yeah.
don't talk about my breakup. Or we're literally live.
yes. Yeah, don't talk about it.
No.
Can I have that texture implant, you guys? And then can you send somebody to grab me, like grab a medical system and get a smooth one?
We have some up here.
a bunch.
You do?
Yeah,
We'll
it's just
put it on the table. I feel like between two implants, instead of between two implants.
I love it. I love it.
The bigger the I love.
That's the backup for our podcast. It's natural. ready.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm ready.
You're rocking, and if you need it, I'm thinking like 30 minutes or so, we'll just crank it out.
Perfect.
Chat.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna talk about some stuff. Did they already tell you what we were trying to talk about?
Yeah, they showed me this paper.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
everything looked good to me.
Alright.
No, that's so great.
I'm not prepared, but
Yeah.
I feel like we'll wait.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're like prepared, like, what did you do to do this? You know, it just, you know, if you go through a script.
Exactly.
Alright, cool. Yeah, cool.
Audio sounds amazing.
Nice.
What?
Audio's great.
Alright, do you wanna hit
Chef's kiss.
the go button?
We're already going.
Alright, we're going. Alright, so what episode of Natural Plastic Surgery?
37.
37?
Oh, whoa. Lucky
Wow.
37.
Yes.
My favorite number.
Everybody, we're here. This is episode 37 of the Natural Plastic Surgery Podcast. We have one of my favorite patients here, Anna Katerina, and she is an Instagram model. She is a spokesperson for Bang.
Yes, that's true.
Yes. You also have your own podcast as
Yeah,
well.
True Crime Podcast.
True Crime Podcast, and I want to get into that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You're also, let's see, you're into fashion. You're also a swimsuit model as well.
Correct.
You have
Fitness, swim.
Right, which when it comes to breast surgery and so forth, I can see that, I mean, we're gonna get into that too, that like why that's such a big deal. And,
Absolutely.
And why, you know, you had an original breast augmentation that didn't go well.
No.
Right? And not only like, okay, this is me personally, how I feel, but professionally, that kind of impacts a lot of different things.
Oh yeah, if you don't look as good as you possibly can, someone else is going to book that job.
Right.
So I know that I had to get that fixed immediately.
Yeah.
And it basically, the doctor listened to me too much in basically my desired result
Ooh.
versus what was best for me. So I wanted it big, I wanted them to be high profile,
Okay.
and he delivered, and I originally liked the result, but then, you know, after a year or so, they bottomed out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here I want to dive into that, but let's talk about your podcast right first, because I want to tease everybody to wait to the end so we can talk about the meat of this, which is the plastic surgery experience, and
Yeah.
then what we did to actually correct some of the stuff. AC,
I'm not hearing it. It's clean.
you can't hear it?
I can't hear anything.
All right, cool.
I can hit it if you want to
Also,
turn it
can
off.
you hear me? I feel like it's going in and out.
I can hear you. You're clear.
Everything's good?
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Okay,
can
cool.
hear you really well.
Sweet.
If you use your headphones,
Yeah, I feel like,
yeah, you
I feel like it's fine. I just can't really hear that much.
can.
Not the best.
Turn it up.
As
I
long
just
as
want
it's
you.
for
I
you
just want
guys.
to clip.
Yeah, you want to keep testing? Talk.
Hi. Yeah, it's good enough.
All right, cool. All right. So, tell us about your podcast. Or is it your podcast, or you're just on a podcast?
So I am a co-host for a podcast called Crime Bar. My best friend and I started it.
Okay.
I got really into abnormal psychology when I was a sophomore in college. I think a lot of it was preventative. It's kind of a morbid interest when you're a female, you're in your 20s, and you're basically a target demographic for a lot of crime. And a lot of things were happening on the campus when I went to school at that time, and I figured, you know, the more I educate myself, the more I can protect myself.
Yeah.
And then that kind of I became obsessed with abnormal psychology. It was something I, to this day, wish I had majored in, and
Yeah.
maybe later on in life I'll segue into that instead of modeling.
Okay.
But crime, based on the podcast that I'm doing, is my way of being able to psychoanalyze and discuss those things without having to go through extensive amount of school.
Okay. What's the podcast name?
Crime Bar.
Crime Bar.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you guys check out Crime Bar.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like the psychology of this kind of what people can actually do. It's just
Mhm.
fascinating.
Yeah.
Just like you think people are just like you, but you know, there's a lot of people with really different upbringings and different processes going on in their life.
Yeah, and we all want to think that we're not capable of those things, and then when you dive back into childhood trauma and things like that, you're able to see that it was more a matter of environment and circumstance than even you're not that far off from a lot of these people, unfortunately. So I think that is a big focus for me, is finding where all of this stemmed from, what happened early on in the manner of like preventative psychology and things like that, and therapy.
Cool. Yeah. You know, one of my favorite classes in medical school was psychiatry,
Mhm.
and I did really well on it. And it's kind of funny because plastic surgery, right?
Yeah.
So it's like half of plastic surgery is actually like psychiatry.
Absolutely.
You know, so it's just like dealing with people's mental images of themselves, and you know, trying to figure out if this is body dysmorphia or like, all right, this is a real concern that something's happening.
Absolutely.
So, all right. So, how old were you when? Let's talk about your first operation.
Yeah.
And then what pressure? What was this pressure? You know, people talk about breast augmentation all the time,
Mhm.
and people criticize it, like, oh, you should be happy with your body. And
Yeah.
so forth, and all this.
Yeah.
And I hear both sides of everything. And I personally think that if people want to make changes to the body in a safe and respectful manner, I think that totally makes sense. It's your body, life is short, do what you want to do. Do what makes you feel
Absolutely.
good about yourself. And I see it, the power of that decision, I see it in all my patients. I see it, I saw it in you, I see it in my patients when they come in 6 weeks later, and they're just like, thank you so much. I feel so much better in my body, and the confidence just goes through.
Absolutely.
Even though it might even be just a small thing, right? And
Yeah.
like, how could this possibly be holding somebody back? But it's just incredible. It's very powerful. And that's why I love what I do. So, tell us your story back. Like, I guess, how did you get into modeling? Did breast augmentation come first, or like what happened? Yeah,
I
tell
mean,
us about all that.
to be perfectly honest, I never sought out to be a model. It was something I enjoyed taking pictures with my friends. I went to school for graphic design, originally for sports journalism. I never thought that I would be doing what I do now. I don't think anyone really thought Instagram would be what it is,
Yeah.
even a few years ago. So I was getting my second degree in graphic design down in Newport. And all of a sudden you look around and everyone has work done.
Yeah.
And I was with someone at the time who he pressured me into basically getting breast implants.
So you're dating somebody?
So I was dating somebody
Okay.
where that was something that they suggested that I do.
Oh wow.
So I admittedly didn't really do it for the right reasons when I look back on it.
Okay.
My second surgery, completely different story. After I had my breast done, I was very happy with the results.
Yeah.
I did feel more confident. I know a lot of people in my life are worried that would then cause, once you fix one thing, you get addicted to fixing all of these things, which I'm sure you have, been confronted with a ton doing what you do.
Yeah.
But when I visited you, it was very much for me. I was with a man that wasn't he wasn't pushing plastic surgery.
All right. Well, this is kind of key because I want to back up. Unless you don't want me to, I want to back up because this is important for women
Absolutely.
and any man out there that might feeling pressured to get plastic surgery.
Mhm.
How old were you at the time for your first one?
I was 23.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were dating somebody that suggested you get.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
And I had been with people prior that also suggested doing it.
Okay.
I always wanted bigger breasts, but it wasn't like something that was a massive priority to me.
Yeah.
I never thought that I would once again be in a modeling situation.
Okay, so you kind of partially wanted it a little bit more yourself.
I wish that I had just been blessed with it.
Okay.
It was one of those things
Sure.
where I just wish that I had had it.
Yeah.
But then I continuously dated men that wanted me to get that surgery done,
Okay.
including like my first love. So when you're, you hear those things from men, it's like you want to be the dream to anyone that you're in love with. And I think that is something that I wish I could have told younger me or anyone that is making the decision to go under.
Yeah.
You're putting your body through a strenuous procedure.
Yeah.
And you have to do it for the right reasons. Obviously, going to someone like you, it's extremely safe to be doing these surgeries.
Right. I screen out patients that are there. They're not really there for themselves.
Yes.
And I could be probably getting tricked by some women who are being, coerced by their significant other. That's what they want to do.